know if y'all noticed that the market's been going down a little bit lately.
Yep, just a little bit.
So you know what's causing that?
Inflation. This administration.
The Federal Reserve, back in October was talking about how Jerome Powell said, yeah, there's probably going to be at least 3 rate cuts this year. Yeah, because such and such. When somebody makes like that, what happens is all these analysts come out and they start thinking how this is going to play out. Okay, so the whole world thought, okay, the first rate cut would be in March of 2024. March came and went, and it didn't happen. But then what's happened is the PCE numbers, the producer cost index, and the basically showing that inflation is not coming down. So they were thinking that the inflation numbers would be low enough at this point that they could start lowering interest rates, but they're not, and they're starting way too high. And the unemployment rates are lower than they expected to, but kind of in a weird way. Most of the jobs that were taken recently were part-time jobs, not full-time jobs. So the bottom line is they thought there was going to be a rate cut in March, then there's going to be one in June, and then later on in the year for a total of at least 3. Now there's a question whether it be even 2. The inflation numbers are higher than they expected. Another thing that's getting kind of scary is the 10-year Treasury numbers rates have jumped up. Let me tell you, if we wake up one day and interest rates are 60% on the Treasury, it's going to be a free-for-all in the stock market. And Jamie Dimon's predicting that's going to happen. Jamie Dimon at one point was the CFO of Citigroup in Primerica, because he worked under Sandy Weill. But now Sandy Weill is probably the most successful bank president in the United States right now. And he's at J.P. Morgan. Which bank?
Well, yeah.
Changed
J.P. Morgan. Yeah.
Right. So he's there, and he's saying that he thinks that interest rates could really jump up high. That happens, we will have a free-for-all in the stock market. Last week, the stock market was, there were all the analysts saying, okay, the stock market is really going to run up. And we should start putting more money in the market and all this other stuff. And all of a sudden, things are going the opposite direction. Now, it could be that...
I was watching the price of gold.
Gold is jumping up.
And it's still going up, and up. And I'm like, how's the stock market going to spike if gold's still going up?
So gold is going up, and oil. Now it looks like oil's going to go over $90 a barrel. And it starts, and then oil prices start coming down because no one's buying or buying as much. But what happens though then is that we might have because that happened, we might actually get a rate cut because if the economy slowed down, that would be a reason why the Federal Reserve would lower interest rates. I was thinking that the market would continue running up until June, July time frame. But now it looks like we might have some issues. Treasury rates keep going up. That's putting a damper on the borrowing power for tech companies. So the floating rate, what did the floating rate do yesterday? I think let's see. So we're at 2.43 for the year. So we're about a third of the way. But the yield on this thing, I was looking the other day, is 11 to maturity is 11 point something. Dana is one of the companies we do business with, and they have a Dana Unconstrained Strategies Fund that made 90% last year, 90% return. A couple of years ago, it did like 80 something. We had lunch at Papacito's, and it was me. It was probably 20 people in the room. Crawford was there, Kelly Ridley. So the portfolio manager was there. Buys mainly, it says unconstrained. Unconstrained means he can buy a small cap and mid cap. But most of what he's buying is large cap growth. He can also buy value, and he has bought some value. But he's really good at selecting returns, stocks that will do well within 3 to 12 months. How far, would you buy something like Boeing as a deep value stock? He said, no, because the time frame, I want to see it do well within 3 to 12 months.
That ain't gonna happen.
Boeing's 2 years at least.
Now
I'd be buying Boeing though.
If
you have the time to wait for it, it's going to make a lot of money. But they are having some issues. He named a particular guy, I can't remember who it was. But they said, name such as CEO, I'd buy it. I said, but at that point, it'd be too late. Because the minute they say his name, that stock's going to take off. But he said, no, it continued to run after that. But I'm thinking it'd be a thing to have. Because there's only two manufacturers of commercial airliners in the world. That's Airbus and Boeing. And so Boeing can't not do well. They've lost their way. So now they're trying to get back, find their way. Checking stuff like we should. Quality control. Wouldn't you think building airplanes would be a business you'd want to be in where you would check quality? Wouldn't that be you would think that would be a business that quality money to check quality. Except for you can't pull over if something goes wrong. You're 35,000 feet in the air.
Yeah, but the problem is that the actual inspectors now,
the FAA is so small and so understaffed, they didn't have the people to hire to do the quality controls on Boeing, so they let Boeing do their own quality controls. And other mortgage people will talk them into making a big down payment, so they have a lower payment.
Right.
Okay? But the problem is the minute you put money in a house, that money stops earning interest.
Okay.
Right?
Makes sense. Right.
Okay? So what I do is I take that $350,000 and we invested it in a mutual fund. Okay, I was telling them to make the minimum down payment. So if it's FHA loan, 3.5% down, it's conventional 5% down. Okay, but so let's say they're buying a $400,000 house. So 5% of 400,000 is 20,000. Instead of putting $350,000 down, they put $20,000.
Okay.
They bought the house. We did the loan on it. And then their payment was much X, Y, Z dollars. But then the $350,000, I invested it in a mutual fund.
Okay.
And I'm sending them a check every month. So when they get money sent directly to their check account about a week before the mortgage payment's due.
Okay.
So $350,000 means I'm sending them $1,500 a month off that. So that reduces so they're getting the money from their money to make their payment, and then making up the difference. But that money in this account will continue to grow. So right now they're taking out $1,500, right?
Right.
Well, 10 years from now, this $350,000 is going to be worth $570,000.
Wow.
Okay, so now they're not taking $1,500 a month off of it anymore. They're taking $2,375 to make the house payment. And if you do the numbers, the way it works out, after 15 years, if you always get a 30-year mortgage. Get a 30-year mortgage. After 15 years, you've already taken out all you put into it in the account. And you have enough money to pay the house off and have a pile of money left over if you wanted to. And if you got to buy financially, or the real estate market goes in the toilet, or whatever, you need money, you can't borrow the money back out unless you got good credit or the economy's good. Right? This way, the money's sitting in your account over here, you can touch it anytime you need to. Right? So now, but then with you as an advisor, what did you do? You didn't just do a mortgage, you did a $350,000 trade as well. So you got paid on both those. And as long as that client keeps that money in that investment account with you, you get trail commissions on that money. See, mortgages are great, but you get paid one time on.
Right.
But investments, you get paid on forever. You get a trail commission forever. And it's based on the account value. So the more your clients make in that account, the more money you get paid.
Okay.
So you have a vested interest that they keep on making more and more money. And they're happy they're making more and more. Right?
Of course.
So instead of making whatever amount you get on the mortgage part, you get that plus another $3,000 from the investment side. And you do a better job for the client.
Of course.
How long have you been working with loans?
Oh, God, 25, 26 years. Right at 26 years.
So how foreign is what I'm telling you?
It's a big difference, Eric. I've never heard you put it that way. Big difference. It's always pay the house, put it in the house, put it in the house, smaller payment, put as much down as you can, or either versus like they had that money. Well, let's just do half. You've only got half left, but it was never put to me the way that you just put it. It was always put it in house, even my house. pay it off, pay it off. That's all my parents ever say. Pay it off, pay that mortgage off as fast as you can. Take every extra dime of taxes, just dump it in the house, just dump it in the house.
Me too. You know why? And that's why there's 150 years of broke coffins in South Texas. That's how they did it. When you pay off your mortgage early, what you're doing is you're trying to keep from losing something. You're trying to keep from losing your house because you're taught your whole life that if you pay down your house, you can't lose your house.
Right.
Well, that's true, except for then you don't have any money. And because y'all didn't know about investing, see, our family didn't know investing. So investing was scary. You could lose your money investing, right? That's what people tell you.
Yes.
But that's not the case. You can't lose your money investing. In the Bible, Ecclesiastes 11:2, King Solomon said, divide your portions into 7, no 8, for you do not know what disaster might the land.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Don't put them in one basket.
And so if you put your money in a good S&P 500 fund, then, or a good mutual fund, then it's virtually impossible to lose your money because that would mean all 500 companies would have to go out of business.
Right.
And the odds of that are very, very low.
Very low.
Right. So that's how you learn. That's how you would invest. You don't invest just in one company.
Okay.
You invest in a mutual fund or something. I mean, you cannot lose all your money. It'll help your clients make better decisions.
Absolutely.
Because because most people, is it working?
Yeah.
Most people are cash poor. They have stuff, they don't have any money. A lot of times I tell my widows to not buy anything, to rent.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Because a lot of times the widows, because if you're renting, right,
Right.
the water heater goes out now, who pays for it?
There's another place for it. You don't have to pay for that.
There you go. Listen, sell your house, get the money invested, pull a monthly check off of it, and go rent something. That's what she did. So she has a rental house down in Florida.
Okay. But I've heard a lot of good things about Rocket Mortgage. It's I keep up, it's one of the top performers. It's
Yeah.
been top 10.
Yeah. And the customer service has been good, hasn't it?
Yes, it has.
The support, again,
Oh, the support, you get good support from that Rocket.
about 18% of the compensation paid through Primerica is going just securities commissions. The securities producers are the ones that typically make the most money in Primerica with the smallest amount of people.
Mm-hmm.
See, we went public on April the 1st, 2010. Primerica separated from Citigroup.
Okay, one second.
So we went public on that day at $15 a share. And now our stock's at $250 a share. We went public, we've done extremely well. We have zero debt, very profitable, and the company growing well. The guy that started Rocket really got kind of the same vision as the people that run Primerica.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of, he's in it to probably try to help people get loans and try to go about doing it the right way. His headquarters is in Detroit. Okay, now who opens a headquarters in Detroit right now? But he did it because he wanted to help the economy in Detroit. But now Rocket is doing Rocket real estate. I would not be surprised if at some point we're able to start getting our real estate license and selling real estate as well.
I bet you.
Because the vision, Primerica has always had the vision to be a one-stop shop for Middle America. So we do auto, home, we do PLPP, which is legal. We do life.
Okay.
We do life insurance. We do senior health care insurance for seniors.
Okay.
We do just about any kind of investment account. We can do 401ks, any kind of retirement account, any kind of investment account.
David
And
home security.
David
home security.
Yeah, we do have home security. We do set up a home security system in our new house. We have investments. We do life insurance. And so that's what's great about Primerica is if you wanted to work anywhere else, doing real estate or mortgages or whatever, that's all you'd be doing. Why not do everything? Why not when you sit down with that client and you go to close their mortgage, you also set up their homeowners insurance and then do their investments. And if they're married and they need life insurance, you do that too. So you can do everything with your clients, and they'd rather do business with one person they like and trust than a bunch of different. And here's the thing: if typically the way it works, most people they'll their mortgage here, they'll have the real estate agent here, they have their bankers or whatever, their insurance guy, and no one knows what the other one's doing. This way, you got one person that knows everything that's going on, and knows what to help the client based on what they need. We did do health insurance, but it was such a slow, it was a mess. The whole industry, the health insurance industry is a mess. And I don't see it getting fixed anytime soon. So that's one part that I don't want to be a part of is the health insurance. You get a lot better training. Most companies don't train very well. Primerica is big about making sure you have everything you need to be successful too.
Okay, that makes a big difference,
Yeah.
They're guiding, like,
What Primerica realizes, our founder sold life insurance and investments in the late 60s, and he discovered that so many companies treat salespeople like dirt.
Yeah.
And what's stupid about that is, guess where 100% of their money comes from?
The cash flow goes from the
Well, in our company, we know that, we had a meeting when one of the guys in underwriting for life, and he told us something that revolutionized my life. He said, we don't want to deny policies, because guess where our money comes from? Premiums.
Yeah, the policy holders,
They want us to be able to close business, and they work hard if there's any way possible. They're going to make it happen. They want us to succeed because my business pays them.
Exactly, yeah.
And if I'm ever out on appointment, I don't have an answer to a question, I'll call Eric. And he is going to find me an answer, because when I get paid, he gets paid. Right. If I can't get Eric, our national sales director, Michael Salford, gave me his cell phone. Michael. And I found out he'll take my call.
But I have access to the CEO of Primerica. I have his cell phone number.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. That's the other thing. Primerica is different than other companies in that I've picked up the phone a number of times and called very senior people at the home office to get something done. Because they'll get it done. Whereas a lot of corporations don't work that way.
No.
You don't have the cell phone number.
No, absolutely not.
You want to go with us to the home office on a weekday.
Okay.
Our daughter works there, and she gives tours.
Oh,
She
wow.
needs tours.
Okay.
Take us on a tour. It's about a mile and a half walk. It's a huge, huge building. Smile, he'll stick his hand out. He'll make you feel like you're the most important person in the room. And that's the atmosphere.
Okay.
So,
That says a lot.
Oh, it does.
if you want to get in that industry, this would be a good place to go.
Best place.
Okay.
You'll probably have better success quicker. And the reason I came here is because the other firms I'd worked for were all focused mainly on how much money they're going to make. They didn't care about the clients. And then they would put pressure on the stockbrokers to push different investments. But if you didn't push what they wanted you to push, you weren't a team player. And so I didn't like that. And I wanted to go where I not only had more control, but I could offer more products than just investments.
Right.
So that's why I came here. And no one tells me I can run it the way I want to run it. Yeah, that's the other thing. The Primerica will help you pay for just about every license you need.
That is true. But now we got a program, this Fast Start bonus program. You sign on to the company, submit the independent business app, submit it online. You start your subscription to Primerica online. If you will log on to POL within 24 hours of submitting your IBA, they're going to put $50 in the bank with your name on it. If you will take the licensing course within 30 days, that's $100
Okay.
on top of that. And the way we train you is you don't know anything. You go out on appointments with the trainer.
Okay.
And every time on these field training observations, the average family's life insurance policy is going to be about $1,000 a year premium. So we call that about $1,000 premium. Every time you do $1,000 premium and recruit one person for your team, Primerica puts $200 in that bank with your name on it.
Wow.
And when you pass your life insurance test, they're going to cut you a check.
Wow.
All that.
For all of it. Okay.
Yeah. As many as we call it field training you. For $200 for every FTU, plus 100 plus 50. And as many as you want to do, and the more you do, the more you go out with your trainer, the more you have somebody who knows what he's doing. It's so true. In Primerica, you are in business for yourself, but not by yourself.
Yeah.
For yourself, but not by yourself, that means a lot.
You got 3,000 people at the home office and it's working for you.
We did the Fast Start School like last weekend. Typically, the guys that are the best at each part of the business will do classes. And so other people's teams will come to your classes and learn how to do what you're doing. So everybody teaches each other. The best are teaching, whatever they're best at, are teaching classes about how to get better at that a little bit.
Okay.
Our company makes more $100,000, more six-figure income earners than any other company in the world. So just because you're making six figures, nobody cares much. You have to be $1 million earner before anybody knows your name.
Notices you, yeah.
And now we've got $131 million earner. That's becoming less prestigious than usual.
Yeah.
What, 131?
131 people who wear the ring that they have had $1 million cash flow in 12 months.
Like when we go to the convention, like there'll be people making $500,000, $600,000, $700,000, $800,000 a year, and no one even knows who they are. And it's like me, I make in the fours, but people kind of do know who I am. I'm good at securities. I'm known as the securities guy.
I was gonna say, what's your, the securities guy?
Yeah, so
okay.
If you did a $400,000 loan, that'd pay you, what, $2,800. And then you do a $400,000 trade on top of that. That's another $1,200. You'd make $4,000 just off that. 2 of those a month, that's $100,000 a year.
There's a guy in Gainesville he owns a peninsula on Lake Lanier. He has this. Bobby Weeson. Bob's so funny.
And see, Bobby only made $2,500 his first year in the business.
Oh, he was awful. He gets paid on the RVPs who are direct to him and the ones direct for them down to as far as 6 below him. He makes about $4 million a year. I don't know how he's going to get by. He has been paid more than any other Primerican. To get up to $100 million, he's made over.
At least. Primerica's already paid me over nearly $8 million. And we have mutual respect for each other because we know how hard to get to work.
That's true. We'll have our convention in July. 7,000 people. It's the biggest convention Atlanta ever has.